coyote up in the lodge. I'm like, what's happening? She's big time. The coyote's gonna be, hey, be boiled into a soup, cuz. I wonder if I should have got a light or something. Let me see. Maybe I... Oh, man. Let me see if they can see me. Come on. So I'm going to make this kind of quick. Make this kind of quick. Let me get the knife out. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Nope, no fire tonight. Probably, maybe this weekend. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll see. Friday night. I wonder who's partying. You never know, right? You would think people would aspire to do better regardless, but you know, people can hear all kind of, you know, good stuff, you know. Big Red Thomas, what's going on? What's cracking, beloved? Yeah, I just want to wait for a few people to come in. No music. That's why it can be kind of quick. I was supposed to come on and read, so I'm gonna have to read it in the morning, or in the AM, excuse me. I have to make a phone call tomorrow. That I really don't want to make a phone call to see what's going on with these people. But Ganja got his he's got his Satchmo going on in his mouth, Sandman in the back of his, you know what I'm saying? So he got his tooth, that one tooth pulled. So he still has, what, 31? Oh, gotta get the broom and sweep and dance across the floor. What are they doing back there? So, yeah, what time is it again? Let me see what time it is. I'm looking right now. It's 6:22. Come on. So that means it's 9:22. Snoo was just on TikTok. Looking at, she went over there to check my page. I made some videos uploaded. I'm like, Snoo. I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hungry, but I don't know what to eat, man. I can go for some pasta and some sauce, man. I should have bought some. I'm not gonna be sitting up cooking up no pork chops right now, bro. I'm just not gonna do it, man. Not right now, man. I don't feel like cooking. You know what I mean? Like cooking. I don't feel like it. I still got those 2 cans of pasta and the tomatoes, right? We got pasta, right? So we can. Well, I mean, I'm not going to the shed to pull out that organic pasta I got. Just some regular spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that spaghetti is full of all kind of chemicals, but when you boil it, you discard that water, and your pasta is pretty much, and when it's al dente, it's pretty much safe. A lot of people don't know that. And it's filling. I could have picked up some ground beef or some ground turkey. I don't know, man. What got me hungry is we talking about, I said, what if a coyote was in our breezeway? I'd have been, all they would have heard around here is pop, 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 pop. And we'd have been eating boiled coyote. I wouldn't have wasted, I don't want to hurt no coyotes, but we'd have boiled some coyote tonight on the pit in one of them big pots. Yes, sir. Drop some garlic and some onion in there, some cayenne. We don't have no saffron, but we would have had, hey, listen here. No, we're not starving. But yeah. We had a good meal, man. We had a real good meal today, man. One of those filling meals too, right? But you know when your body's moving, when your stomach and your body's moving right, when you're satiated, but at the same time, you're not pain hungry. You know what I mean? It means everything's going to where it needs to go to, right? So that's and then we had a lot of good healthy fat and cholesterol. That's a big difference. You know what I mean? You can actually feel it in how you're looking at things, your perception, how you perceive things, how you feel, all that. You know what I mean? But I did want to. I'm going to lay down here and look shortly. But wait, what's up with a little pasta or something? You know what I'm saying? I don't really want no meat though, man. I just don't. You know, when it gets this late, sometimes that's the last thing I want, man.
Right.
I hope we can find that dude though who has that natural that steak truck.
I'm getting my eyes peeled for him.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. That's like on the res, man. People used to go around. You go by the Spirit gas station, right in Capital, and they come around there. People who just butchered like 3 cows, you know, and people go over there and like, you know, I used to go over there and get the ribs, man, and the tomahawks, you know,
right,
sheep, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then my neighbor, when he come back off his little 6, because he would go out for 6 months, you know, he had 2 houses and weld, big racks, you know, we're talking about $45 to $65 an hour, depending on what you're doing. And I skipped like $45 an hour when I was welding with Local 4. And he would come back. He would be like, "Is Red over there? Right here." He says, "Yo," and I go over there and we get, you know what I'm saying, slaughter. You know, we did it. I would burn the stuff that I told him how to do, make the cow go to sleep. And so there's no bruising, no dark meat, and it don't look nothing like in these crappy stores with these mad people that own everything that our people allowed them to get, which should have never happened, and they stole. And you talking about some, man, phenomenal. You be like, you eat a steak and be like, what in the world? What is this? And you know, with a big old salad, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that fruit salad. They be doing with the cool whip. Sound like some of Eddie Griffin, you know, one of the Griffins. Cool whip. Stewie Griffin. Cool whip. You know, cool whip. His little free self. But we're talking about some good beef, you know what I'm saying? Because he would always, every time he come home, be like, all right, go get a cow. He had hundreds of heads of it. And I'd be right over there, you know, processing the cow. They tan the hide and sell it. A lot for that tan hide. Using the sea salt and everything. Marcus, what's going on, beloved? Because they put a lot of chemicals in the food. Yeah. Hey, Omek, what's cracking, beloved? What's happening? We already had Big Red up in here. So, yeah, a lot of chemicals, man. Absolutely. Intentionally. And people are starting to realize it's been intentionally, and they know who's doing it. Them frauds. You know what I'm saying? Them Fs. Them frauds. You dig what I'm saying? Them frauds. You know what I mean? So... But you wish, wouldn't it be nice to be able to have Ukrainians and Russians watching our lives sometimes? And they'd be like, what? Wait a minute. Huh? And there's a reason why, you know who, like people are very unaware that the FBI was created because of Jack Johnson, his wife. And they created this fictional law talking about interstate white slavery, believe this, and it was to stop melanated people from traveling in professional lineage, right? Business-like with their light-skinned wives, because there was no racism until a certain period of time. Racism didn't exist. The history of it is a fabricated lie, because I already proved to y'all that the first people to lynch were the light skins, just like when we were in Cathay, which is now China. Okay? But most of these light-skinned people and these goofy races running around, which were created by the Jews, don't know this truth. You know what I'm saying? And you have these Americanized Spaniards who want to argue about who's indigenous. Hello. If you was conquered, you know what I'm saying? And I know people from Central and South America who have Arab, Lebanese, Philistine, Palestinian, African bloodlines, and this, that, and the other, you know? And I never met people from down there that didn't know who we were. How did they come up here and not know who we are? What is that? You know what I mean? That's just redundantly. It shows you that America, the experiment was against not really us per se, but it was. But they had to occupy in order to make all these other people dumb. Sadly, I don't say that with joy. You know what I'm saying? Reverence. It's just what it is. Well, today I got 1 out of 3 books. The other one should have been here before this one. So let's go ahead and open it up. I was waiting for a lot more people to come in, but you know how that goes. People have a hard time hitting the like. You have the little goofy, like, yes, the FBI was created out of racism. Look it up. The Witch Called Act, the something act. Just look it up. 1910 or something like that. 1910 or 13. And the FBI was established out of racism to investigate these things, and all they were investigated were melanated people and locking them up, because even Chuck Berry, friend of mine, Paul, who passed away at home on Essex Avenue, Mount Clear, New Jersey, Chuck Berry was locked up. I forget how long for the very same thing, because he did a porno movie. I'm just pointing this stuff out, man. I've always known this since high school. You know, in the military, people just go laugh at me, and then some few years ago, go, "Hey, man, I saw the video." I'm like, dude, man, that's over 30 years ago. Shut it up. You know what I'm saying? But FBI was created out of it, and that's a fact. And y'all already know about J. Edgar Hoover, a Negro, all right, hybrid or whatever you want to call him, racist, and a tutti frutti who hated his own kind. And y'all should look at the history as to why and what happened. I think it was because what happened to somebody in his family, and people didn't come to help him. I don't know what happened or how it transpired. And he just got on this vendetta, joined this fraternities and orders, and he struck out against our people, you know, his own. Like so many today. I mean, I've been telling people for a long time, the police don't have no right to pull you over or anything. Because if they take an oath to the United States and not the U.S. of America, and don't know that the Supreme Court is the supreme law of the land, and the reason why we're dealing with all this nonsense, y'all really don't get how serious y'all's position is and the absurdities that are going on, and they want to push. And right now they're doing even more stuff, and you would think that people would be aligned to be awake and walk in harmony and together, yet you still have these institutions, these certain groups that are bought and paid for, who are going to perform these worthless duties in the arrogance and ignorance that they do. I mean, we was just listening to the light-skinned brother talking about Alabama, and he was pressed for it, and what happened to a lot of these brothers and how they were murdering them, these correctional officers. First of all, they shouldn't be in those environments in the first place. Yet, I keep explaining to people, these things are nothing but sadistic, pedophile ring, cooperating. They are people. What's funny is people grow up and they want this American dream, and they get involved in these things, and they get sucked in, and they commit the most heinous crimes for $1 against life, when life has no price on it. That's the amazing thing. They go in there and they become as ignorant. And as I stated, I know a lot of people who are on the police force who left because they were so corrupt. So you really need to look, and they don't know the law because they're not the law. Okay? And it is what it is. I mean, I'm not against the police or anything, because I know many good guys. Many good guys who keep records of a lot of things. And you have FBI whistleblowers, CIA, they're all over this. You're not going to have the lying media who partakes in Epstein Islands and all the other islands out there that y'all know nothing about, and the Diddy parties, which are a plethora all through Hollywood. Okay? So don't let Diddy be the only thing you know. There's plenty of it going on. And those are all actors and actresses. To each their own. Yet, the child trafficking is up. Everything. And what's funny is, I have these people talking about this. I'm voting for this party. I'm voting this party. I told you I'll vote for Trump. It's just the way it is. But I don't believe in none of it. It's not your government. And at the same time, how can anybody sit here after what they've done for the last 3 years? Like, what is wrong with their brain? Well, I already showed you that they can control and manipulate you with frequencies, energy. 5G is, these phones and stuff don't work on that. I told you how they tested it on us. I remember it. Back in the 80s. But nobody wants to listen. Oh well. To each their own. Dig what I'm saying? About the Johnson selling soul for little or nothing. Remember when you shared that, saying that? Yeah, well, Jack Johnson, he just wanted to live different. He knew what was going on. All those cats knew what was going on. So there's a lot of lies in history. But they went after him because he just wasn't with it. This is behind the closed door, things that I know about. And so first thing they did, because you had these dumb Cabbage Patch babies that grew up in these orphans, the ones that survived the coal mines and everything else, when they were taking over our great trains, our steam engines and electric trains and all our equipment, learning how to ride our little scooters and everything, because this stuff is not new, our electric vehicles, and they wanted to scrap it, right? Jack Johnson was whooping their behinds, fighting 20 and 30 rounds, beating. They couldn't find nobody to beat him. So the first thing they went after him is his wife. Some people didn't like the fact that he had this white woman, this light-skinned woman. I wish a motherfucker would come at me talking about what you doing with that light-skinned woman. I look like, well, why you look so light? Anyway, shoot. I'd walk with about 3 of them up on the arms. Like, yeah, that's right, babies. You know what I'm saying? I wish a motherfucker would. But anyway, at that time, they created the FBI. I forget what it was called. But y'all look into it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Fred Hinkle, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking, man? Southern Indiana. I know that's right. It's because they put a lot of chemicals in the food. Yeah, man, we know that. Yes, sir. Yeah, T. Hines, man, they saying what's up, cuz. Yeah. So, but anyway, let me open this up for you guys and let y'all see what book I got. It's supposed to be 3 of them, so I don't know what happened. So, y'all know how that goes. Hope it ain't a nudie book. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. The Papa Vo. The Papa Vo. So, we have these Americanized Spaniards keep running their little mouths, so they get with the problem and be part of the family. Or they could just keep running their mouths. It's not all of them, y'all. It's just a handful. But those are the ones that we need to reach out to as well, because we're not their enemies. But we can be. It's no problem. We don't use the term enemy. All right? We have a lot of brothers and sisters of all walks of life who are just not with the snizzles no more when all these things, when they're talking about destroying everybody. I mean, how can people be so stupid? Hide from the truth of history, as you see in the thumbnail. Now, what you don't see in the picture is there's 3 heads in the sand with the buttocks in the air. I don't want to sit here talking about, Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying? The $1 million shot jumped up and bit me in the buttocks. Life is like a box of chocolate. Life is like a box of chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I probably sound more like Bubba Gump. Shrimp salad, shrimp, get a shrimp boat. Shrimp salad, shrimp sandwiches, shrimp barbecue. Hell, we can make shrimp ice cream. What's up? Oh, everybody's in there having a good time. Olmec, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? It's good to see you. Yo, Olmec and all of them are saying hi to everybody. Everybody's saying what's up, y'all.
Peace to y'all.
But so I just wanted to share that. I could, well, it's a little dark right now. I could get lighter, but I'm gonna stretch out for a little bit, get warm, because I think it's tonight or is it tomorrow? Or next Tuesday and Wednesday is when it's real. Tuesday and Wednesday or Thursday is supposed to get like real cold, like real cold. And we don't have a heat tent, but I have Mylar, tons of Mylar. We can situate stuff and whatever. But we got plenty of quilts, comforters. My sleeping bag alone is more than enough, but you know how it is. People's heads get cold. I like the cold. I like waking up and feeling the cold. You know what I'm saying? But I am kind of hungry though, to be honest. But you know what? I really don't want to eat. I mean, pasta would have been simple. You know what I'm saying? That's what my grandma used to make. You know, she'd be like, I just made some pasta. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want something, you know, leftovers in the fridge. And a lot of times we like the leftovers, but we just didn't feel like heating that up. We just like make pasta and sauce. When I was in New York, when I was losing weight, pasta was one of the things that actually helped me lose weight. And I was eating chickpea pasta. Chickpea pasta, I think it was. No wheat. You don't eat no wheat. That's sugar spiking and everything. That is some of the worst stuff that you eat uh, like that. Because you know they removed the germ, the head, you know, all that. And that is no good. But because it ain't just wheat. They've messed it up, you know, and on purpose. But what do you call it? There's many different types of pastas, and you have to be mindful of what kind you cook with. They use a good one, and I have some good stuff that's in one of my. I saw it in my totes. I just didn't bring it out, but yeah, I'm just gonna take it out, stretch out, watch a movie, maybe read something. I don't know. I'll read this tomorrow when the sun's up and everything. I'll go through it a little bit. Cause when I used to be home, I used to lay up in my bed when it was just me and just like read a book for like hours. You know, I'm not really doing that now. Cause like I said, my mind is in a whole lot of different places. Hey, Millennial, if you come on, thanks for the donation. I said it earlier. I appreciate it, hon. Right now, I'm so focused on getting these holes dig. You know what I'm worried about? What if we start doing the hole dig, right? And we start hitting all these broken rocks, buried. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like we start digging holes, right? We spray paint, we mark our little thing, right? And we start digging, you know, and like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be weird, right? That'd be freaky. Be like on one of those landfills that I read to y'all where they destroyed something that was probably magnificent and beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's quartz and stuff everywhere around here, just broken up like crazy. But anyway, when we get to that point, we'll let y'all know. Well, my mind is there and right here. The first greenhouse. It'd be so nice to have some more of you guys here. But like I said, we're gonna do it regardless. We're doing it. All right. How's that? Yeah, hey man, them butterflies are just passing away, bro. The black ones, the beautiful ones. Those are not monarch. Monarch ones are the big blue and white and stuff like that. That's the big ones. Those are the ones I saw where I was at in Page. We always had like 5 or 6 of those. Zooming around, look like little birds, you know what I'm saying? And they were giant over there where I'm at. Those monarch butterflies are magnificent. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. So we're not going to read that right now. I'm going to put that with other books and stuff like that. Right now, we're going to finish up with reading because this is informative. The other stuff is just because I know that people want to, a lot of y'all, some of y'all, not all, I don't know who, but I know some of you want to elevate yourselves. And ascending doesn't mean you stop. As we were reading, like parlaying with the people around you, you still advance certain things you still have to do, but your perception, your views, how you look at things can be 1,000% different, and how you deal with people will change as well. All right, absolutely change. You know what I mean? I had this little tiki-taki, you know they use fake names. This little Mexican cat, American, of course. Talking about from Africa. I was like, boy, if you don't get your Lebanese, half Gujar, probably a little bit of our bloodline, butt up out of here with that nonsense, boy, looking like a Chinese. If you don't get your Chino, if you don't get your goofy, and on a live that I went in, it was asking, they just said, what is y'all invent? That's it. That's just not slander. It's a real question, and none of them could answer it. And then I came on there, and I just I had to hit him in the gut. I says, look, we could be family, or this is what I'm going to give you. I didn't say that, but in my head, that's how I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to slaughter them with just some simple things. I've been around the world. I visit libraries. I visit museums. And there's not one of my daughter's mamas they'd be like, all he ever wanted to do was be up in the museums. They try like Amsterdam and Germany, take me in a sex museum. What do I want to go in there for? We got a room. We got a beautiful B&B. We don't need to go in that sex museum. I don't want to see that nonsense. You know, like when I was at King James Castle in Edinburgh, Scotland, you know, I was with two women and they was just all up under me. They was like, I was like, I wanted to go get some pints of Guinness and, you know, chill out at the higher part in the lower part of the park. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to go down here and see the death chamber. And I was like, what I want to see all that for? And then I found those mechanisms by this fake Vatican were utilized to kill the original, to murder the original people of Scotland and Ireland. That's when I went and saw that, and I just saw the craziest torture devices and holy, the melee with all the things that you listen. They're not even in the movies. Child, the things they use to kill our people all over. Listen here, man. Anyway, and you know, many people fought back. That's the reason why it ain't going on forever. But people don't know that truth. I asked them in the museums in all these countries, who's the indigenous, the autochthonous. Man, ain't not got no answer. Africa, DNA. That's all they say, the same dumb thing. I said, well, these sound like little young, goofy wannabe feds or something. I don't know. Not throwing no dirt into the Fed. Right? I'm just saying they're getting a paycheck or something because ain't nobody that dang dumb. All right? But they are, okay? So you can't make that up, you know? So it was good to go on my boy CO's live. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was good. And it's not being dismissive. It's not saying certain people weren't here. Everybody traveled. It's what happens to the children, certain wars, and how they're manufactured. It's new beliefs, new ideologies, and it becomes this false sacred narrative. Yeah. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? It's not going to do it. We're not doing it. And the funny thing is, they were debunking themselves. That's sad when you debunk yourself. I was like, look, I've lived on 2 reservations, you know, because you got a lot of internet tug guys. I guess they want to get people blocked or whatever they pay to do. It's just dumb. But anyway, I watched all the comments, and it was like, it's just nothing resonating with facts or truth. There's a whole lot of fiction, a whole lot of spewing rhetoric, emotional, unstable. This, and some of them are. There's some of them more here. You got to remember this. I'm not pushing in that. I am stating whether we killed most of them or we allowed the rest to exist and then we fell. Because disease has always been a way for them to win. And if you haven't figured that out by now, there's nothing I can tell you. There's plenty of books that allude to this. Kiyomiya, that one, he was the one I was listening to. He did, he's doing a magnificent job in information sharing to help more people come around and see these facts. Yet, at the same time, you guys, you got to elevate. You got to ascend. There's just no way around it. And you can interpret ascension however you choose, but know this. Just take ascension. Like I read it to y'all. And let it be other than where you're at now. Be a higher place of elevation of existence. Whether it be in thought, which is the basic principle to allude to something else, right? Without saying a whole lot. All right? And we're going to get into, you're going to like the stuff I'm going to read tomorrow morning. And I will read the other page in the Dome, the Claudio Nocelli's Nos Confoundum. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad I got that book. And someone say, but I had a different one from this. I still have it. Maybe I showed it before. So this is a little different, soft. So it's good to have. And again, I'll see y'all in the AM. All right. Appreciate you guys. I'm surprised the sisters didn't come in here. I don't know what is Millennial. Do you have Millennial's phone number? She never gave a phone number. I swear. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys in the AM. I appreciate you, brothers. All right. I don't see any sisters in here, but if y'all come on, sisters, I always appreciate you guys. I hope y'all ain't out there partying, man. We need y'all to keep that power. And partying is not going to be the answer. Partying is not the answer. If you feel like you're going through something, always come into the live, sit still, relax. You can say it in the live. You can say, hey, look, I'm going through something, that I can do a little breathing session where everybody could check it out, and we can do a little breathing session together, and we can do some positive affirmations because we need all the sisters, all walks. We need all of them, and we need all the brothers to get behind them and to magnify them, to protect, to be the strength, so their power don't be all over the place, fluctuating, hurt, looking for another reason to have an excuse to say, look, I messed up. It doesn't have to happen. You dig what I'm saying? It doesn't have to happen at all, And that way, when they're in their state of power, and we're using that very loosely here, then they can convene in us about our strength and how much that we're required and needed by them. And that way, we're always reminded how much we need them as well. You dig what I'm saying? So sisters and brothers, y'all have a magnificent night. It'd be magnificent to have about 50 women. I ain't talking about for those sexy. I'm talking about 50 women walking around, chanting, putting on all white, barefoot. Holy Toledo, man. I'd be prostrating. Talking about some. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Sisters, when y'all come in, you always know you're the power, the circle of life. Brothers, you already know, all right? See y'all in the AM. Share this too.